we have seen, we have read, we understood a very funny poem, Muddled Head. Why that occurs? Why the poem is there? This forgetfulness occurs because of I am not taking proper sleep, and I get everything muddled up with everything because I don't have proper rest. I am always thinking about something, right? And that is one thing why the poem is here. Second thing, humor is an attached requirement for every human being. Laughter. Laughter is a yoga. It is a medicine. What is yoga? A chance, I told, and it is an opportunity, I told. So to be able to laugh is a yoga. It is a chance. It is an opportunity. We have seen what are the bad effects of not laughing, and what are the good effects of laughing. That we have come across, and also we have known, yes, it is the best medicine for our maintaining the health. Now, third thing, your food habits. Food habits means what? It should be routine, disciplined. You should have a disciplined food routine. Then you are very healthy. Today if I take my lunch at 1 o'clock, next day at 1 o'clock, my stomach should feel, it should alarm, Arey Baba, it is your lunch time, take something. Then we can conclude I am in a very disciplined manner. My body is set into discipline and I am very healthy. Three things we are determining. And after finishing this lunch, what shall I take? A glass of juice, a glass of milk, a coffee, a tea, or water. It is up to you. But you determine it, at what time you take it. At what intervals you take it. You determine it. And that is called your disciplined food habits. If you are in that, as long as you are in that, you are very healthy. Somewhere I was reading, how much one should eat? How much? A kg of food, or half a kg of food, or 250 grams of food? Shall I weigh it? Shall I eat it? Only one egg, one masala dosa, or 2 puri, or 4 idli? What is the quantum? Quantum is you eat that much, the hunger still should remain. To take one more, if at all you are taking puris, to take one more puri, you should have the hunger. You keep it. That is very healthy food habit. Right? And give interval of at least 3 to 4 hours. Because whatever the food we are taking, that is a very complicated one. And that complicated one should become simpler to be able to be taken into by the blood, carbon assimilation. Right? To that level it has to be digested. Then it should be taken by the blood. Then what happens? Your whatever the residue is there, it will be taken into the excretory part of your body. Then your stomach is empty. And again, the stomach should not be kept empty. The long hours you are keeping your stomach empty is night 9 o'clock to morning 7:30. Very long period. If not, you are taking your breakfast at 8, you are taking your lunch at 1 o'clock. See, and again in between some break, you can take very small amounts of some food or some juice you have to take. Then evening supper when you go home, and night dinner. Because from the night dinner to breakfast is a long time, you should have a very heavy breakfast. And this is a very healthy food practices. Take milk. Many people, they hate milk. Right? And take egg. Many people, they say we are vegetarian. So irrespective of that, you are to be nutritioned. That means your body should get equal amount of nutrients into your body. Proteins, carbohydrates, and your, what one calls as your fats, water, mineral salts, vitamins, everything in a required measures, if it is given, your body is very strong. If you take more and if you don't do exercise, what will happen? Then you will become this man. What is this man? Walter Hudson. Walter Hudson. And what is this whopping? Whopping means to become very bulky. I had to pay whopping amounts to clear the case. I was booked in a case and I had to pay whopping amounts to get the case cleared from me. So what is that one? Whopping means bulky. Bulky man, Walter Hudson. And also we can see the details here. He is 183 centimeters in height, 274 centimeters in girth. This one, right? That means this is nearly double of this, or 1.5 times of this. Exactly 1.5 times of this is his girth, right? And weight how much? You see, weight is 540 kg. If at all I am 80 into how much it is? See, nearly 7 times or 6.5 times. He is heavier than what I am. So you can understand whether this person can survive, can walk, can do exercise, can discharge his daily routine things. Can he fit into through this door? Doubtful. But he got the honor of getting his name listed in the Guinness Books of World Record. Guinness Book of World Record, he got the entry as what? The world heaviest personality. For that, you have increased your weight, but at the same time, you have decreased your lifetime. At what year he died? At the age of 46 he died. At the age of 46 he died, and he born in 1945. Poor fellow. Means because of this, he could not see his full lifespan. Okay, sir, he achieved the Guinness Book. That is not at all an achievement. Achievement is what? One more achievement he would have done. He lived long for 110 years, 120 years. Is it not? There are people living for. Right? And let us see what are his practices, what practices we should not have. He has this practice and we should not have that. And so we are learning about him. Carefully hear me, I read for you. Walter Hudson, who has died in Hampstead, New York, age 46, was once listed in the Guinness Books of World Records as the heaviest man on earth. About 183 centimeters tall and 274 centimeters around, with cherubic features set off by pigtails braided in the Cherokee style, he long devoted himself to the pleasures of the table. 4 years ago, Hudson then tipped the industrial scales at his top weight of 540 kg, gained worldwide notoriety as Whopping Walter. When he became stuck in his bedroom door, he was wedged there for some 4 hours. It took 8 firemen to free him. You see the great thing here. What is it one? He surpassed the maximum weight limit of any industrial weighing scale. Weighing scale in any manufacturing industry, they would be having very small scales, say up to 5 quintals maybe. 5 quintals may be the highest. If not, that should go to the weighbridge. even if it is less than a ton or more than a ton whatsoever, it has to be weighed on the weigh bridge. And in the industries, in a lab or in a manufacturing unit, mainly in the food industry, they have the small scales. They may be, the highest may be 500 kg, but he surpassed that weight and he weighed 540 kg. Right? Why? At the age of 4 years ago means 1945 and 1991, before his death. 4 years ahead of that, he was weighing 540 kg. And he was just like having a feature of a cherubic feature. What is this cherubic? Cherubic. Cherubic. Very innocent, very lively, very angelic. But that angel is not slim. That angel is this stout. You must have seen all the girl angels, and there is a boyish angel of this stout, and that is called cherub. Angel and cherub. Cherubic, just like a boy angel, right? And having that innocence on his face and that livelihood on his face, right? That is called cherubic features. He was ignorant, innocent. He knows only one thing, to eat and sleep. And he caught this habit. What is that one? He liked one more thing. That is table pleasures. He devoted himself to the table pleasures. Devoted means stick to. And he took it. It is my duty to be with the table. Means the food comes over there and he eats, gulps, gorgeous. Right? And that is called table pleasure. And he was weighing 54 kg. That also we have seen. Gained worldwide notoriety. Notoriety and famous. Famous is for good thing. Notoriety for bad thing. Right? Same. To gain name. Famous to gain name. Notoriety to gain name. But notoriety for the bad things and famous. He is a famous scientist. And he is a notorious robber, thief, rowdy, gunda. When we say notorious, we put all these bad things here. So he was notorious, he gained notoriety for his weight, bulky size. How bulky is the size? Once he was caught within the threshold of his bedroom door. Neither he could push inside nor he could pull outside, and he has to stand there in between. For how many hours? There for some 4 hours he wedged between the threshold, and 8 firemen worked to free him from that place. So now you can understand what is the condition of that man, and can he bear that weight on his knees? We can understand. Walter Hudson was born at Brooklyn in 1945, and as he recalled, began gorging at his age of 6. At the age of 6 he started eating. If we do it, it is eating. But if he does it, it is gorging. Means what? As if he with a spade, the truck of a sand, we see that is being unloaded. How it is being done, you know? They take a spade and they unload it. They throw it. The same manner, he started eating, gulping. He was putting everything in his mouth non-stop. That is called gorging. Age of 6. At 15, he was so obese, his legs collapsed underneath him and he was confined to bed. At the age of 15, he has to be confined to his bed. Confined means no motion, no movement. If at all he moves, His legs are collapsing, they cannot carry him. If at all he has to move, he should have a wheelchair. Somebody should push. 550 kg, 540 kg, who can do it? I am only 80. Can I push him? Just think how difficult it is to be obese. Indeed, except for the time when his family moved to Hampstead in 1970 and he was transported by motor car. He is then 266 kg. He was only 266 kg by then, and his then 266 kg broke the seat. We have a car seat. We can sit. But when you are within your limit of weightage, right? All the car seats are not meant for the tons together weight. But when he sat there in the car, when he was brought to here, then what happened is his seat broke for his weight. And he was to be there for hours together. He remained inside for hours together. Some help has come. He was brought back. He was pulled back, then only he had come out. I am just a foodaholic. Foodaholic. Alcoholic means habituated to it. That is called holic. Right? Bookholic means he is habituated to the book. Right? Likewise here, book ki keeda कहते हैं ना, किताब की कीड़ा, bookholic. Right? Here, foodaholic means unless he eats, his brain doesn't work. It doesn't work, no doubt, but he cannot keep quiet. He will ask more. Why this happened is his family members, they were taking pleasure of seeing him eating. Nobody advised him. Everybody was bringing some item or the other for him to eat in enormous quantities. And they used to take a bet. What is the betting? You see, I brought this now, he can eat away. So, Hudson's eating habits were fueled by food brought in by members of his family. They used to take pleasure, him feeding. And so he got the habit of eating. He would generally start his day with a breakfast. What is the breakfast? What do we eat? I said you have to take a heavy breakfast. So what do we eat for breakfast? Say half a dozen idli or 2 dosha, or I don't put end. Thereafter a cup of coffee. Enough. If it is bread and butter, 4 slices of bread and butter and coffee will do. Is it not? That is how our breakfast habits start. But what is this habit of taking breakfast? Of 2 pounds of bacon, 2 pounds means 1 kg of bacon, 32 sausages, dishes of some food, and a dozen of eggs, a loaf of bread, a full bread made into slices, a loaf of bread, jam and coffee. This is his breakfast. Now you can imagine what he shall take for his lunch and dinner. You can understand. For lunch, Hudson favored 4 enormous bowls of rice. Enormous means big. Big bowls of rice, maybe each bowl containing 2 kgs to 5 kg, that can be called as enormous. Not rawan, cooked one, he used to take it. And now 4 double cheeseburgers. Cheeseburger, you know, I may not be knowing, because you know it, what is a pizza, what is a burger, and all these things. That too cheeseburger, how many pieces? Now you can see, he has 4 double cheese, means 8. One this side, one down side, and cheese in between. That kind of 4 pairs he take in the lunch, burgers. 8 boxes of fried potato. One box, if it is containing 200 grams, 4 is 800 grams of your fried potatoes. 6 pies, something, probably it is a what we can say, just like a paste like thing of apple pie and tomato pie, like this it will be made. That how much? 6 pies, complete ones, just like your pudding, like you can take it. And 6 large bottles of Coca-Cola. Large bottles, not 200 ml, then maybe more than 500 ml. Large bottles, maybe 1 liter. And that too, how many? He takes 6 large bottles of Coca-Cola. 7 for dinner again, he would eat 6 roasted corns. The corns, no? And roasted on the fire, we roast it and put this lemon, salt and this chili powder. That is a corn. How many he takes? He takes not many. He eats 6 roasted corns, half a dozen yams, half a dozen yam. You must have seen in your, what is it called, your comics are there. Doraemon comic, that red one which comes, that is a yam. And what, how many he takes? Half a dozen, only 6 pieces he takes. And another 6 for 7 baked potatoes, another 6 or 7 baked potatoes, 6 or 7 baked, means it is roasted again. And that he takes, potatoes, complete one. Ending with a whole apple pie again. Apple pudding, whole one, complete one, only one this time, not 6. That is his dinner. Between these main meals, he would eat a chicken or 2, followed by noodles. Again, between these 2 main, means your lunch and dinner, between, does he keep his stomach idle? No. Then what does he eat? Eat a chicken, complete chicken. And you may be wondering about it. If not, 2. Right? So you got the answer now. 1 or 2 complete chicken, followed by noodles. A packet, 45 rupees packet. It would be this much. He eats it. String beans. Beans are there. They are stringed and they will be cooked like that. And the string will be there. It will be open and that way he has to remove the beans. Bean is this big of a seed. And that he takes 6 large bottles of soda, because this is there, it has to be digested everything. And again, I should be ready for the dinner. So 6 bottles of soda I will drink. Not to mention colossal sandwiches and copious amounts of ice cream. You sandwiches and ice cream, I need not have to mention. Why? That is a regular one. And numbers? No, let us not count. Let them be any number. That is colossally he takes, casually, just like that. Right? Now, what he says is, all I cared about, he recalled, was food. Food. I don't know any other thing. I know only one thing, food. Why? This is also choked up. He cannot say something clear. And so, that was. When not eating and sleeping, he has to eat and then he sleeps. If he doesn't do these 2, what does he do? He would watch television, listening to tapes and read the Bible. He had a particular penchant for the Psalms and was apt to recite Psalm 121. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. Because this is attached to this. It cannot come down. And it has to see like this only. When you see like this, you will see the top of the hills only, not this earth here. And if at all you have to walk like this, not looking at this. So that Psalm 121, which starts with, I will lift up mine eyes up to the hills. It is very suitable for him because he cannot look down. And he has a fancy over that. What is the fancy word here? Penchant. Interest. Fancy. Over what? Only this 121 Psalm in the Bible. He reads it sitting over there. If he is not sleeping. Means eat and sleep are main duties for him. If he misses this, not eating, sleep, if he skips, he has one more avocation, that is to read Bible. And that too, the whole Bible? No. Psalms. And even all Psalms? No. Only 121. What is the Psalm? Psalm is a poem which is written in praise of God, in praise of God's qualities. Right? That is the Psalm here. And at a particular Psalm, he stopped because he liked that. He had a penchant over there. Hudson, though was advised against sitting up for longer than 5 minutes because of the risk of being smothered by flab. He was advised, don't sit more than 5 minutes. Then what has to be done? Lay down. Why? Because of these flabs, that is the weighing mass on his body, his backbone or his hip joint or hip bone may crash for the weight. So don't take the risk of sitting for a long time. You lay down. That way he was advised. Longer than 5 minutes, because of the risk of being smothered by flab, the only exercise he engaged in was he attended to his ablutions. It took him an hour to negotiate the 6 yards to the bathroom from his bedroom. Distance between his bedroom and bathroom is 6 yards. 6 into 3, 18 foot. Right? And it may take you maybe 6 seconds to walk this. But for him, how much? He takes an hour to negotiate, to go to that, to walk through that, to just push yourself onward. He takes 1 hour to go there, 6 yards. Why? Because the weight is such, he has to take support of many things so that he should not break his bones. Many things are there. And why should he go? Because the daily routine work, early morning routine work is there. You have to go to the washroom. So for that, if at all, yes, what is the word here to go to the bathroom? Ablution. The daily requirement, daily calls of your natural calls to your body is called ablution. And he goes over there. He takes 1 hour to walk the 6 yards from bedroom to bathroom. Then in 1987, he found himself wedged in the doorway. In 1987, what happened is he could not get through the door. Not this side, not that side. He was wedged, fixed between that. Between the threshold this side and threshold that side, he was fixed. The day I got stuck in the door, he recalled that when the Lord got me the help I needed, the help to which he referred was offered by Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory is a very funny man and a comedian. Right? You have to see his pictures. And he is also a dietitian. So what did he do is, a comedian who masterminded the Slim Safe diet scheme. And he has a good slim diet schemes with him. He advises, suggests. So this Gregory was called as his God man. I got what he say is, got me help. Lord got me help. God sends me a help through this man. And Dick Gregory is the man. He had suggested, Arey Baba, you have to take some good food. I am already taking good food. Good food, what I mean to say is not anything whatever you eat. You should control the calories, intake of your calories. That is what I say good food. So when shall I take? After lunch or before lunch? After lunch or before lunch shall I take this food? It is the only food you have to take. Can I? You are too. If not, you will be there wedged between the threshold only. Then what is the food he prescribed? We think what might have happened, said Gregory, about his new client is that in 27 years of lying around, he might, because of the reading of the Bible, have taken on the same characteristics as a Buddhist monk. Buddhist monks, they don't have any other thing. Squat on the floor, meditate. If you get food, you eat food, pray to God. This is only the thing they have. So he got that habits, squatting down, praying, reading Bible. Within these 27 years, he never bothered for his body. How enormously it is growing, he doesn't bother for it. That is what your Dick Gregory talked about this man. Buddhist monks slowed down the biological process. That is, a Buddhist monk is that he has to attain nirvana. Nirvana in Buddhism, it is called nirvana, means to attain the death. Slowly, he will be going to that. But here, this person, Hudson, slowly he is going to death, but he is not reducing the weight as the Buddhist monks do. He went on increasing his weight and he is also nearing to his nirvana. And so there, our Dick Gregory, he is a comedian, so he put a sarcastical remark on him, that is, this man is slowly going to die because he has taken the path of the Buddhists. So what did Greg did, that is Dick Gregory, what he did for him? Gregory placed Hudson on a 1200 calorie a day diet of raw fruit and orange juice. You have to take raw fruit and orange juice. Is it after lunch or before lunch? No, it is the only food you have to take. That way his food was restricted. For exercise, he was advised to lay in the bed, waving his arms about like a conductor. Conductor, if at all you are in the sleeper class of the railway compartment, or in a third AC or second AC, whatsoever, you wanted a berth, you will be behind the conductor and he will be, no, go out. He will be waving his hand like this, right? And he will be just beside if it is a bus, he will be just beside the driver. And from there, come on forward. If at all, a traffic police, he conducts the traffic. You know how he does. You can see at that Panjagutta, this one. This is only the exercise the person Hudson was given by Dick Gregory. Why? Because these are only the two limbs which are ready to be moved. Legs cannot. So vigorously you go on waving them. That way he advised. And what is the result of it? Hudson soon lost some 4 inches of his knees. These knees, they will be this big in girth, in the round. And after certain days, those knees are measured and here there is a considerable loss of 4 inches. and within 3 months had shed 178 kg. 3 months he was kept on that diet, whether he weeps or shouts, whatsoever, he was not given more than that. And this exercise he has to do. By that, the weight loss could be managed. He did not lose. The weight loss could be managed to 158 kg within 3 months. So, it began to look as if he might fulfill such ambitions of visiting his mother's grave, riding on the New York subway, driving into the country, and even flying to a clinic in the Bahamas, from which he envisaged emerging as a sylph of 13 stones. Now, it is appeared by the loss of 158 kg. People were expecting very soon our Hudson can fulfill his ambitions. What are the ambitions? To become a Karodpati millionaire and all these things or what? No, not that. At least he can travel from here bed to the graveyard to visit his mother's grave. Or he wanted to have a ride through New York subway, or driving in the countryside, and even flying to his clinic in the Bahamas, from which he envisaged, and he was expecting, if at all I go to that clinic, I will return just like an angel, having only 3 stones of weight. What is this 3 stones of weight? 13 stones of weight. Each stone of weight is 6.35 kg. And 13 means nearly 80 kg he wanted to become. By losing 158 kg, he was expecting that he may lose the weight considerably to become only 80 kg weight. Because expectations are more, very high. If this is there, we may expect this much. We do it. So likewise, Hudson was also thinking, not only Hudson, people around Hudson were also thinking, yes, this man can recover and can go to that. His aims, what are his ambitions? Very minor ambitions. Only to go and visit his mother's tomb and have a drive in the New York subway. Also to fly to his clinic, where he was assured that he may be losing his weights to the extent of only 80 kg. That were his ambitions. But it was not to be. Because you may propose many things. You may propose many things. But the God is there. He disposes very few things. He disposes very few things. At the loss of 158 kg within 3 months, he was having high hopes, high expectations. But God did not will it. He willed something different for him. What was it? At the time of his death, of an apparent heart attack, Hudson reportedly weighed 508 kg. Only that much he could able to get reduced. Rescue workers had to cut a large hole in the wall of his house, bedroom, to remove the body. He was unmarried. The house, a big hole has to be cut because he cannot be pushed through the door. If he is a living creature, people may take fancy of pushing him in alive. But it is a dead body. Why they should drag the dead body through the door, which is nearly impossible. And so the people have come and they cut the door and the wall around of his bedroom, and his body, dead body, could able to be brought out for cremation or to bury his body. Why all this? All this is due to non-hygienic food practices, non-disciplined food practices. The food should also be in a hygienic manner and it should be in a very restricted manner. As I said, if there is a hunger in your stomach for one idli, till then you have to eat and you have to keep a space in your stomach for that idli or for a piece of food whatsoever. Means when you get up from the lunch table, you still should have an amount of hunger in your stomach. That is a checkpoint. It should not be overdosed so that it becomes very, what we can say, it is a very difficult for me to get up from the chair. I have taken enough, not even heavy food. And immediately you go and sleep on the bed. No. Then you drink a glass of water. Then walk few steps. Go round in your bedroom itself, round the bed post. Then sleep. That is a good food habit and good exercise. Exercise means you need not have to run. Simply make 1, 3 or 5 rounds around your bed. That is enough. And after having read what is there for us to do the exercise, we will see now. So now we have seen how and why our Walter Hudson had become whopping. Because he was sitting in front of the TV and watching it. Many of the students have this habit. They take food in front of the TV. Right? And even they do their homework in front of TV. And they play the phone games, video games. Now you can understand why a kid should not become whopping Walter Hudson. It is in your hand. You can go, do exercise, run here and there, come back again. Means whatever food you are taking, that should go into digestion tract. It should give energy to your body. That is what you have to do. But instead, this man had made his body bulky. So after that, what we have here in exercise, in the workbook part, we have a table here, year and incident, what happened, and weight. Here under the weight we have to put the figures, and here what happened, the incident, and here we have to put 1970, 1960, and we have 1991, 1987, 1988. We have these things here. What we have here, if you see, certain numbers are there, 540, and if you see 362 kg, 266 kg, and 508 kg, we have here the numbers. Those indicate the weight. These should go there, but we cannot put them as they are. Then they are to be put according to the year. At what year he weighed that much, and after what incidents. Incidents have been given here, you see in the pink. Family moved to Hampstead and became stuck in the bedroom. Very obese, legs collapsed and went on diet, lost 178 kg, born in Brooklyn. These are the incidents. And years, if you see, 1970, 1991, 1945, 1960, 1987 and 1988. These are the years. You have to put them in a chronological manner. Means in this year, this happened, and at that time, this is the weight. That way you have to match all the three and you have to put in the table. Right? So for that, understanding the passage is a very must. Once read the passage once again. So now after that we have C3. In C3 what we have is find words in the passage from the paragraphs indicated within the brackets and complete the following sentences. Use only one word in its appropriate form in each blank. There are blanks are given, sentences are given. To fill in the blanks, we have to choose a word from the paragraph which is indicated there. You can see for the first sentence, para 2, second sentence, para 2, third sentence, para 6, fourth, para 7, fifth para 9, sixth para 8, seventh again para 11. And the words we have to choose. So let us see the sentence. Some people are so dash to their work that they have no time for their family. So they devote their complete time to their work. And in para 2 we have the word devote. So devote is present tense. Here are so devoted. Are, after that we have to put devoted. The adjective form of devote we have to put. And adjective form of devote is nothing but past participle of devote. So some people are so devoted to their work. Devoted we have put. Choosing from the para 2. And now Harsha's corrupt practices soon gained him in the city. I told you, for the bad things, one thing we become, and for the good things, some other thing we become. For good things, we become famous. For the bad things, we become notorious. Here it is not notorious. Gained him notoriety. N-O-T-O-R-I-E-T-Y, notoriety, he gained in the city. Noun form of notorious. And third one, when a person is dehydrated, what is dehydrated? Lose the water content from your body. Lose the water content from your body. So what are the symptoms? You will be omitting lots of liquid out of the mouth, and you will be having loose motions in a liquid form, and you will be feeling thirsty, and you feel as if you are getting weak. Then enormous of liquid you have to be given. Voraciously you have to drink coconut water or any juice, means liquid of any kind. Better if you take the liquid water added with a pinch of salt and a piece of your what we call as a sugar, a half chammach of sugar, stir it and drink. That will stabilize your dehydration. And if it is more, you have to go to a doctor and he gives you the saline. And if you don't want to go to doctor, take coconut water, it is sufficient. So that way you have to give enormous amounts of fluid. Dehydration, not to have fluids in your body. So now he visited various vintage car rallies. Vintage car, what is vintage? Very old cars. Very old means say 18th century car or early 19th century cars. You must have seen in Mumbai, etc., in Parsi houses, there are many these vintage they maintain. In many of the pictures, they must have shown you the vintage cars, right? And he visited various vintage car rallies, and these are conducted yearly once. Vintage cars taking part in a rally race, right? Rallies. He should, because he had a fancy. One word I said from the paragraph 7, penchant, fancy. Fancy for old cars or penchant for old cars. Penchant you have right here. And if you overeat, do not exercise, you will become obese. Exact word. But in the paragraph it has not been given. So you will become a Buddhist monk, just like obese. Right? And next, the driver had to dash the winding roads to the mountain top with caution. Winding roads to the mountain top means ghat road driving, and you have to negotiate very carefully. Negotiate means to move forward, go forward. We are putting negotiate here. And next comes the new literacy program dash a 20% increase in the literacy rate over the next 2 years. Say that is envisaged. Envisage means to put a chance. To put a chance over there. What for? To have increase in the literacy rate. Envisaged. To make way. And now after that we have C4. Under C4 we have two things here. There are words given between peck and gorge. Gorge means I said to take food enormously, to dump it. Gorge. And peck. Peck means the bird is there, no? It pecks the grain. Means a small quantity of grain it takes. Means very small amount to very big amount. There is a scale being given with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 3 downward and 2 upward. We have to arrange these words here given below: gobble, nibble, bite, hog, feast, gourmandize. These are the words we have to put from top. Gourmandize is top. That means after gorge we can put from here gourmandize. Then feasting, then gobbling, then hogging, then biting, then nibbling. Nibble means the squirrel, it eats food, you can see with these teeth. कुतरना करके बोलते हैं हिंदी में. That is called nibble. Right? Means very small amounts. To eat very small amounts is nibble. With this incisors I can call it. That cut, cut, cut. Right? And likewise, form a similar scale of words that describe a person build up. Skinny. There again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. Lastly obese. Stout is there. Right? Many words, if you go and see the dictionary, you can get many words and you can put over here to fill the scale. And now question answers. I'll give only one question and you can understand how to answer remaining things. Why do you think he did not go on a serious diet when he was much younger so that he could live a fuller life? Why? What is the reason? The reason is his family. They took fancy of feeding him. Whatever we give, he takes, he eats, he swallows, he gulps. They took a fancy on it. And so they went on feeding him. Whatever comes in his way, he used to eat. That was the reason why he did not go on a serious diet when he was much younger. That was the reason. Because people did not warn him. And instead they used to feed him. They took a fancy on that. They were happy because this boy was eating anything. All the things. So that was the reason. How I am writing a certain thing from my own after reading the passage, bringing the gist, and then apart from the question I am putting, what is it one? That is why he did not go on serious diet when he was much younger. That I am including to the answer. Connectivity between the question and answer is a must. So next one, there is a passage written as if it is a diary entry of Hudson. You read that diary entry how he has written. Next day, what he may write or he might write next day, that you have to imagine. And you have to imagine yourself to be the Hudson. And your feelings, etc., you have to put in a diary entry. Whenever you are writing a diary entry, you should see that it is full of emotions and your feelings should be there in that. When the food has been brought, breakfast has been brought, how you felt about it. And after taking or before taking breakfast, you have to go for your bathroom and you have to finish your daily routine there. While going itself, you got stuck in the door. There on the table you have seen your breakfast ready. Here you got stuck. Neither you could go there and come this side. You must be having very great emotions and feelings for that. And you can write a very good diary entry for him as if you are Hudson. That is one more work. You can see to it and you can write it. And I also told diary entry should contain emotions, your feelings. That is a must. And next, you are writing a message. Message, you cannot write whatever you want, your feelings, no. This diary entry, it may be a message small, only you are writing there, but a feelings is a must there. But in message, you cannot insert your feelings. A doctor phone call comes from a doctor for your father, advising him to continue the same medicine, and nothing could be found out in the tests, and further new tests are being prescribed for him, and he has to go for that, and for that he has been asked to attend the hospital at so and so time. And I feel the doctor is in a hurry, and she told all these things within 2 minutes. Is it necessary? Not necessary. Then what are the things? You can see here how best a message can be written. Here, the date you are writing and the time you are writing. When did you get the phone call? And next, who is the caller? And above that, whom are you addressing? Is it your mama or papa or uncle or aunt or brother or sister? Whom are you addressing? Whom is the message supposed to be? That should be here. Then, who called? Right? And already you have put the date and time here. You need not have to put today at 7:30 doctor had called. Not necessary. Doctor so and so called. Full stop. What is the purpose? Purpose is she has reported through reports nothing could be found out. That you are writing here. And purpose of calling, advised to continue the same medicine, suggested to continue the same medicine, advised to attend the hospital so and so for further tests. Who had given the message? It is you. You have to write your name here. And any fixed time is given? Yes, time is given. Specifically at so and so time. That also you can include here, or here you can write it. You should highlight it. Main things you have to highlight. Here it is darkened and you can underline that. This is the way to give or leave a message for any person. It should be, the message should give the full content, and it is not again pages together. You are not writing a novel or essay, no. Not even a letter. You are leaving a message, and only important things you have to write. This. Finish. Who? Me. Means this much of chit of a paper should give the complete talk, your talk with the doctor. And now after having read this, how best message has been given. Within this also you can reduce the words. Only content what you want to convey your father, that much only you can write here. I say he has written more words. You can reduce further. And now there is a dialogue here. C8. And from that you have to make a very good message write a message for Gaurish in not more than 40 words. From this, there are many words here. And when you are making a message out of this, you are reading it. When you are reading it, you should know what is the technique of writing dialogue also. While you are reading it, you should know the technique of writing a dialogue. What is that? Hello, is that Mr. Saxena's residence? When you are calling, hello, who is speaking? Many times we do it. It is absurd because you are the caller. You have to introduce, you have to ask whom with you are talking. Many calls I get. Hello, Sachinanda garande? Kaun bol raha? That is a very wrong method of conversation. So here you see, hello, is that Mr. Saxena's residence? Then the person who hears it, he gets pleased. Yes. May I speak to Mr. Saxena? I am Radhika, the roommate of his daughter Nidhi. I am so and so, and I want to speak to so and so. Very clear. With that, many people are there. With that, politeness, we have to put a politeness over there, right? So many more things in our next class.